Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to hang out with me a little bit and watch the video. Always much appreciated around here. And guys, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite summertime techniques, and that's swimming a plastic worm. This is a great way to catch big ones. In fact, guys, the biggest stringer of bass I've ever caught in my life, which was almost, in a tournament that is, which was almost 26 pounds. I caught at Truman Lake in July swimming this exact worm right here, this Zoom Old Monster. So I'm going to give you guys some tips, and if you guys have the conditions that are lined up for it, it's a really good way to catch big ones. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Guys, also a quick invitation. I'd just like to invite everybody to consider subscribing here to The Fishing Teacher if you haven't. Right now, we've only got like 40% of the people watching the videos are subscribed, so it's a good way to help out. And also, please check out our Tackle Warehouse summer kickoff sale. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description, guys. And like always, if you guys use and bookmark that Tackle Warehouse link, you're doing a great deal to support the channel. There's nothing you can do that helps the channel out more by ordering your fishing tackle through that link. The channel gets a small percentage of a commission on the sales, so much appreciated by me and my family. Okay, guys, swimming a worm is nothing new. This has been around for a long time, but I don't know what the deal is. It seems like the past 15 years or so, people just don't do it much anymore. I guess probably because a lot of different lures have came across, like swim baits and, different types of swim baits, the rib swim baits, the bigger swim baits, and people have just sort of gotten away from the worm. But guys, I'm telling you what, in the right situations, you can't beat this for catching big ones. So I sort of want to describe what is the best scenario for fishing a big worm and how you want to do a little bit. First of all, look at the worm setup. You've got to have a ribbon tail worm like this. This is a Zoom Old Monster. I'll link it in the description. They also make an Old Monster Magnum, which is about an inch or two longer than this and a little larger in profile. But you want a large ribbon tail worm. You don't want a curly tail worm. You want a ribbon tail, the old style. This thing looks like a snake when it's swimming through the water. And also you want to use it on a fairly light sinker. I usually fish it like on a 3/16, no more than a 1/4 ounce, because with the lighter slip sinker, you can control the speed of it and the depth a little bit more. If you use a heavier sinker, sometimes you tend to fish it too fast, but I usually use it like on anywhere between an 1/8 to a 1/4 ounce, depending upon the wind and how deep I'm fishing it. And I'm usually putting it on like a 3/0 straight shank Gamakatsu G Finesse hook, usually 17 to 20 pound test Seagart and Vizix line. And I throw it on a flipping stick. I'm not pitching it and flipping it, I'm actually casting it, but this is a big bait, and when the fish hits it, I want some power behind it, so I usually, cast it on a flipping stick. Now, the most important thing with this is the conditions that you have to have. You got to have the right set of conditions to catch fish swimming a worm in the summertime. Now, the fish in the summertime, a lot of people don't know, but they will suspend around shallow targets or deep targets both. So when you're talking about catching them on swimming a worm, you got to have some type of an object or a target that you swim that worm by. You're not going to catch any on it hardly at all if you just try to swim it out in open water. It's almost like you're creating a reaction strike. So my favorite scenario, which I know a lot of people don't have it in the lakes, is standing timber. Standing timber, bass love to suspend in standing timber in a variety of depths depending upon the water visibility. So ideally, anytime I'm swimming the worm, guys, I want stained water. I do not want clear water. So I want water visibility anywhere between, say, 6 inches to at the maximum about 2 feet. For some reason, when you have that water visibility like that, in the summertime, you will have fish suspended, but they will suspend shallower. And that's the whole key on catching them on that big worm, is you're targeting shallow suspended fish that a lot of people, they don't see any other type of lure presentations. So standing timber is a really good place to catch them on. Another good place is swimming it around the corners of boat docks. If you have shallow, if you have the suitable water visibility. Any type of wood cover in the water. If you've got lay down trees, swimming it through a lay down tree, swimming it next to a stump, swimming it along the edge of a grass bed, any place where those fish can ambush that particular target. Now, normally what I do is I try to determine what I think is the depth of the fish. And in order to catch them on the big worm here, like I said, you got to have the off-colored water. So you're not talking about swimming this through deep water. Most of the time, I don't go any deeper than about 3 or 4 feet. So if I see a lay down tree or a stump in the water or a dock, and I've got that water visibility and that range I'm talking about, I'll throw it out there and I maybe count down like 1, 2, and I just start straight reeling, just a slow medium retrieve. You don't have to shake it or anything, just a slow medium retrieve like that next to the object. And it doesn't feel like anything's coming through the water. There's not much resistance to it. But guys, for whatever reason, those big fish will react to it. This is a big fish technique. The average fish that I catch on this thing is probably 4 pounds. And I've caught them in even muddy water. I remember I was fishing, Truman Lake is a great place to do it here in Missouri. I've caught them in Truman when the water visibility was like that in there. And it doesn't really, you wouldn't think that this would be that great of a bait in dirty water because it doesn't make any noise. It's like, it's got some vibration from the tail, but not a whole lot, but there's something about it. They just love it. And I think what it is, it's like when you have a piece of shallow cover in off-colored water in the summertime, there may be a bass on that piece of cover, but they may be very, very moody and finicky as far as the bait profile and size they want. They may not want like a noisy crankbait coming through there or spinnerbait or chatterbait. Their mood and their personality may be more conducive to a quiet bait like a worm. So anyway, guys, just a quick video here. Swimming a big worm here is a great way to catch them in off-colored water. If you guys have any type of a scenario that I just described to you like that, give it a try. It's a really good way to catch them, and it's probably my number one way to catch big fish in the summertime of the year. So hope it helps out. We'll talk later.